Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you getting on? Welcome to a brand new Best Builds video. So I had a little run around today to pick up a couple of camps for this one, and I actually found a whole bunch of really cool bits and pieces to check out. So lots of stuff to look at in the coming weeks. Definitely excited for that. But for today, we have 3 cool best builds that I have found exploring Appalachia. So let's have a look at some really cool stuff here. So build number 1 is in the Toxic Valley, and you don't get a vast number of builds up here, so this is always cool, and I don't come here that often either. And we have one from Andrea today. Andrea Fred Colu? Andrea. Yeah, a cool little shack ship freshwater type thing on the edge of the Toxic Lake bed in the middle of the Toxic Valley, and this is cool. I really like how much this captures the vibe of the Toxic Valley. That's the thing that really struck me about it. So we've got these sort of beach fences out here, and yeah, this is not the kind of beach I want to visit. Not on any level at all, actually, thinking about it. But it really does fit with the kind of bleached wood of the area, so I really like it for that vibe. In fact, that's kind of thematically how most of this build goes. Really fits in with those bleached dogwoods and the dead trees and the white powder and sediment over everything. The kind of red weather machine, I'm not quite sure which weather machine it is, but it's creating a particular atmosphere. I think in either case, weather machine or not, this would work quite well, to be honest. Like the fortified front porch, it's definitely a favoured approach of mine. I like doing this with the junk fences and the chain link there. Always looks cool. A couple of benches out here as well, which uses the space quite nicely. Tuck the punch card machine out of the way. Of cages as well. I like those cages for decoration, actually. You can do a lot of stuff with them, and they're quite forgiving for pushing stuff inside them and stuff, so good for decorating with those. And inside, dead simple structure this, really. We've got, overall, it's a 3x3, and then just divided up. It looks cool. Lots of holes, won't really keep the weather out, but definitely has that Toxic Valley abandoned, falling down vibe. And yeah, nice couple of bits of decoration out here. It's cool. Bathroom tucked in the corner, that definitely does the job. I might personally have changed the floor out for a different wood effect on the floor. Don't know what I might have gone for, to be honest. Don't know what might have fitted better, but, you know, obviously options available and so on. But yeah, on the whole, pretty darn cool. Loving the little bits of nautical detail around. Look, the oars up there, and even the weapons that are displayed have a nautical theme, so that's cool. Basic sort of decoration around here. It doesn't feel like there's a huge amount, but in that really kind of this place is somewhat abandoned feel, it kind of ticks that box particularly well. I like using the junk fence there as an internal wall as well. I'm not sure why they went and did that, but it works. It changes up the vibe, maybe to make the gap a bit narrower, to have a bit more room here where the fireplace is, possibly. But either way, it works, and does sort of change things up and adds that whole kind of ramshackle improvised sort of vibe. Come out back here, we've got lots of little bits and pieces going on, mostly resource producers actually, but works quite well with the overall look. I like the power armor stand as well. I've gone for that barnacle encrusted one. It's good fun, that. There's a couple of suits of power armor, a couple of skins rather, that go really well on that as well, so you always have a play around with. There's a bit of decoration out here. I'm wondering if they don't have the docks available though, because they've gone for foundations rather than the sort of the wooden dock pieces out here. The wooden dock pieces are rather narrow though, so that might have influenced the choice too. Either way, it works. Definitely room for a few extra bits and pieces of decor out here, I think. Definitely something I would have gone on to add lots more little bits and pieces, particularly around the back here, but then again, there is something to be said for the less is more approach as well, so mileage may vary, I suppose. A couple of cool bits and pieces on the back of the boat here. I've been thinking about using the boat again, partly inspired by this one and partly inspired by another camp I saw last night, so maybe soon. Yeah, still definitely feels like a boat. The cannons may be a little over the top, but it works. Yeah, fun little prefab of the boat. It's a bit awkward to work with sometimes, but it does make for an interesting change of pace. Might be a good way of putting that. That chimney actually looks really good, especially from the front of the camp. Kind of curious as to why the ramp is there at the back that's clipping through the chimney. I did notice that on the inside. Not quite sure what might have motivated that decision. I'm kind of curious. But it doesn't look out of place or anything like that. It looks cool. Blends in nicely, but it's got me scratching my head, that one. Yeah, I really like how much this feels like part of the zone that it's in, the region it's in, with the Toxic Valley there. And yeah, nice ramshackle, falling down, tumble down kind of structure that really hits that vibe of wasteland living, which is cool. A good strong start to kick things off with, I think, there. And in a region we don't get to visit as often as some of the others. So camp number 2 comes down to the Savage Divide, and we are fairly far down here. As we can see, we've got a garage build, and Lera Mortal, I'm guessing? Might be mispronouncing that, I probably am. But nonetheless, this is a really fun build. I like this one a lot. I don't know that a kind of mechanic shop style garage in the middle of the Savage Divide halfway up a mountain makes a whole lot of sense, location-wise. But it's a darn cool build, and I like it a lot. So we'll let that go. One of the things I particularly like about this, actually, is the way the building set's been used. This is a Pittsburgh-esque build set that I believe was part of a paid bundle. It would be around about the time that Expeditions first launched, and it was in one of those £25, dollars, whatever, bundles that are available outside of the game rather than the Atomic Shop. And I tend not to go for those because they don't quite impress me enough, or at least they haven't thus far. But looking at this does make me kind of want it. I like the combination of the red stucco walls here. It's hiding some foundations in a couple of places quite nicely as well, which I do like to see. A couple of spots where maybe it could have been done some more as well. And a cool little balcony out there. I look forward to checking out. Though I might have put some kind of post in there to support those roofs, because they are a bit unsupported at one end. Which is probably fine, given that they're like made out of metal and stuff. But, or at least the frame is, but still, I might have done. Into the garage area. I really like this one. It's relatively compact. There's a lot crammed in. You have to kind of negotiate your way around the various bits of furniture. All of the vendors nice and easy to access at the front. And lots and lots of bits and pieces. I like that it's very three-dimensional. It hasn't got everything just pushed back to the walls. There's stuff sticking out into the middle and using the space, which is always good to see. Some nice merge work on this one. Those shelves look nice and busy, but not over the top, so not too much. Not overstuffed. And it looks good. Workbench is tucked in there. I guess these are all accessible and not sort of blocking furniture access. They look like they should work fine. The punch card machine up on top of the barrel there works nicely as well. Gets it out of the way, but is also reachable. So that's a good solution to an occasionally awkward object, I think. Power armor station right in front of the door also works quite well to use limited space quite efficiently. So I like doing things like that sometimes. A little chill out area under the stairs. You can sort of swing around onto the balcony here. Not so sure about these paintings, posters and things, these things here anyway, being so low down right by the door there. That's a bit odd to my mind. Nothing wrong with it, but it's a bit odd. I might have put them a bit further up the wall. I don't know. Anyway, nice little chill out area here. So grab your booze and enjoy a drink. Got a roof over your head in case it rains. You can still enjoy the outdoors. Not so sure I'd enjoy it if I was sat on a chair with a ghoul chomping on me, but, you know, to each their own. It's a weird piece of furniture, that one. I kind of get it in a raider camp, but elsewhere, a bit odd. Close the back gate for them. I do like the effect of this. The industrial combination of the walls and, to be honest, the dungeon floors as well. Plus the narrow, simplistic kind of design. This is not an overly complex, overly large build. Really, really works to get that industrial, functional feeling to it. And yeah, I'm quite impressed. I imagine it looks quite cool at night as well. There's a lot of red lights around. The floodlights, I suppose, for want of a better word. We've got a lot of red rocket lights as well, which go quite well in this build. Can't get through that door, incidentally. It's locked, but it only goes out to a balcony with some solar panels on it anyway, so not very exciting. I usually try and avoid this particular staircase because the texture, the mesh is not particularly exciting. But in this build, again, industrial vibe works quite nicely. A simple bedroom tucked behind the power armor display, and yeah, you could use the chessboards to put pillows on the bed, which I often do. And now that I'm seeing that same bed that I do that with without the pillows on, I'm going, it looks odd. But I've got into a habit there, I think. still, I like that little bedroom just tucked in the corner. It's all function, relatively little on the form, but in a kind of that's the idea way. So yeah, I like how that looks. It's cool. It's very practical. No nonsense. And yeah, the combination of various bits of brick and the really industrial feel to this, I'm so impressed with. It really caught my eye quickly, this build. So one of the first ones I grabbed today, actually, so stuck with it. There's another little red floodlight, just illuminating and giving it a little splash of colour. Yeah, really great job on this one. Nice use of mixed materials as well on it. Mixing up the glass and the steel as well. So, camp number 3, the last one for the day, is a spot we've all seen probably many times here with the monorail tower. And this one comes from Kitsune, which I'm almost certainly pronouncing that wrong with his Japanese background. I'm not sure, but I think I might have seen this person's builds in the past. The name feels familiar, but it also might be that the name has been used by multiple people. I don't know. Either way, this is a cool build. Before we dive in too far to it, I should point out I do have a few criticisms here and there. Feel free to completely ignore them if you so desire. It's just a few things that I think are interesting ideas that didn't quite work out, so it's not me having a go or anything. It's just something I wanted to mention before I get stuck into it, because I also think this build is really darn cool, which is why I included it, and also has some really, really great ideas as well. First which is the entranceway to the sort of upper level here, the main part of the camp. Using the new fences, the new staircases from the fort kit, as well as the wall-mounted kind of ramps and stuff here that I've not used yet and I really need to figure out and play around with at some point. These work really, really well for this, and it makes a unique entrance to this sort of structure. Because I've seen a few different approaches to getting up to that upper level, and this is definitely one of the more unique ones. I like it a lot. Slight falling hazard, but even with all that stuff on there, you can still get by nice and easily, and it just adds decoration without being in the way, which is nicely done. We come on in here, and we have a nice little sort of foyer area. Lots of plants, bits and pieces, looks good. Lots of posts over there, I'm kind of wondering why. But as a decoration object, maybe. Certainly works as a decoration object, so that's cool. Nice little chill out area out front here. It's got a nice little vibe there. It's a nice kind of zen corner to the place. I like it a lot. This Forest Ranger box, I definitely need to get my hands on because it's a fun Park Ranger, there we go. Fun little stash box that. And I wouldn't mind getting hold of that. I imagine it comes from either the caravan missions or something like that down in Skyline Valley. And we'll head inside. Seen a few builds recently using this destroyed concrete kit that I can't remember if I picked it up and just haven't used it yet, or if I didn't pick it up at all. Either way, recent use of it has been quite impressive, and I might have to pick it up if I haven't already. So, in here, there is a lot of merge work, and some of it's really, really cool. There's a couple of bits that I feel like perhaps don't work that well. For me, personally, your mileage may vary, but there's some really great bits as well. So, I like the use of the wall boards here, the window boards, that's the word I'm looking for, window boards, to plug up the gap. That looks pretty darn cool. It's a nice bit of merging on the table there, the chest of drawers. This kitchen area is a tight squeeze. I might not have merged the vendor in there. Could just go on the top and still look fine. Curious choice. You could have left yourself with a bit more room to get into the kitchen here. It's not that it blocks the path, but it would have been a bit easier, I think. I really like this combination of kitchen counters and various other sort of countertops, as well as a stove, all just kind of merged together to create a new piece of furniture. This one mostly works, apart from the stove clipping through a bit at the front there, which could either clip through more or less. There's a few I've seen today doing this sort of approach with the brewing station in particular, where it's merged into a wooden table. And for me, this is one thing that has been done well, but doesn't really work as a concept, because the table's clipping through the sink, and you look like you're going to set the table on fire. I just don't think the combination is the best for me. On the other hand, if you like it, completely ignore me. That's entirely fine too. But yeah, I think I might have chosen a different object to put that inside of, rather than a wooden table, personally. Nice little balcony out here, though. Somewhere to just chill out and enjoy the view, and also potentially to defend the place from attacks coming down that slope there, which they might well. I'm liking the drinks on display on the side here. I'm guessing they're on chessboards that have been merged in, I would think. And that looks very, very good. Like those little balls hanging underneath the ramp here. And the use of the ramp instead of a staircase so we can get up to this area here, which is very, very cool. Kind of a functional area, got somewhere to hang out as well as we've got guns and armour here. I'm guessing, actually thinking about it, this must be the bedroom because there is a sleeping bag on that sofa and I don't think I recall seeing a bed anywhere else. I might have put a roof on the top of this, assuming it could be done. It may not have worked, which would explain why it's open to the sky, but that's one thing I did think was a bit strange. Very impressed by managing to merge these objects onto those shelves on the... it's a sideboard thing, isn't it? What's it called? Basically a counter. And then getting them up in the air and having everything sit in the right place. That's some patience and precision on that. Maybe a couple of things that are perhaps a little too tall for where they are. But I am, on the whole, quite impressed with that. Especially having things merged onto it and having it up in the air like that. The combination is quite cool. That light that was on the wall back there, by the way, if anybody knows where it came from, let me know. I want to know. It's quite cool. I'm guessing a reward from the new nuke event down in Skyline Valley, but I'm not sure. Again, I mentioned the stuff on the wall that's got stuff merged into it. Same thing going on with these stash boxes on the right here. How exactly you pull that off, I don't know, but it's quite impressive and it looks nice. Tuck the punch card machine in behind the wall there, which actually looks like it belongs, which is quite cool. And keeps it out of the way. Now this, again, I'm not sure I'd have gone for this one, merging the scrap box into the chest of drawers, but I get the why. Because we definitely need some appearances, skins, versions of the scrap box that are different size, shape, style, rather than the big, sort of just changing the colours on that big solid thing that we currently have, because it's a bit awkward to work with and doesn't blend in particularly well, I find. See the structure peeking through the holes in the concrete there, that looks cool. I've got a weapons workbench here on the left that is another one of the merge jobs that I'm not sold on. I like sort of merging stash boxes underneath and stuff like that. I'm guessing the idea here was to kind of reskin it to make it a Nuka-Cola weapons workbench. But, you know, the game's not really designed to let you do that. And the same thing with this Nuka-Cola style chemistry station. I can see what they're going for. I just think it's a little too obviously emerged, not quite natural looking enough for me. But there you go. This, on the other hand, this is cool as hell. I really like using this door as merging the shelf in there and making a fridge with it. Looks absolutely brilliant. Love that. Arguably my favourite feature of the whole darn camp, actually. That's really cool. I like that a lot. I like that shelf full of the succulents as well. That nearly got away from me, that word there. Yeah, lots of really cool bits. I really love the destroyed vibe. It's a really good take on a build I've seen quite a few people do over the years in this spot. And it definitely has quite an organic feel to it. But, as I say, maybe some of the mergers not my style. Still like that set of posts at the end, by the way. Not quite sure what the goal was with it, but whatever it was, it's worked as a cool kind of lighting and decorative element. The way the light hits it as well is really quite cool. I like that a lot. Yeah. Oh, well, this is I imagine quite a finicky place to build in. I've not actually built here myself yet. And it's always impressive to see cool builds done here and done well, which this one absolutely is. So, definitely hats off on a very stylish looking build. So there we go. 3 cool camps from the best build system. I very much had fun looking around a whole bunch of stuff. I've got loads of camps to show off that I found today, so keep it here for those. Likes and subs and notification bell and all that stuff if you want to see future uploads. I do appreciate. Hit social media links while you're there as well. I've got Blue Sky link down there. I'm basically moving over there from Twitter, so if you want to check that out, I do appreciate. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.